8,200 years ago, okay? So at that time, for example, before that time, okay, so all this region, for example, on the north, were covered by ice. So at that time, for example, the Hudson Bay, the ice in Hudson and those regions are melted. So you have a lot of cold water dumping into the ocean, okay? So that's causing. So yeah, that's one of the scenarios. That's one of the feedback. The climate community are still trying to understand that. So that's one of the scenarios, but possible. But you know, that depends on how many ice need to be melted. Okay, as this. Okay, for example, in the Greenland, we still have a lot of ice. Okay, so if all those ice are melted, will they trigger another sudden cooling?
That's what he didn't say. Well, that's going to happen. He said that's a possibility.
Yes, yeah. Possibly. So to my understanding, that's possibly. But it depends on how many ice and how fast the ice are melted.
And what would happen then? Say if it did melt a great deal and happen very quickly, what overall would kind of, if that global current sort of shut down or shifted or whatever, what kind of scenario would we be looking at then?
And so, for example, first thing, all those kind of models, okay, they somehow, okay, but some models did a better job, some models did a poor job in describe the change of the circulation. For example, they describe the melting of the snow in the Greenland and then in the Antarctic, and also how that will affect, for example, the ocean current. They have those kind. For example, the models are fully covered models. Those only have the atmospheric part. They also have the ocean part. They also, for example, they simulate the circulation in the ocean and also simulate the circulation in the atmosphere. They also have a part something like the melting of ice. So it's called ice and snow and ice model. They also have some parts related to something like vegetation. So the model can become more and more complicated. They are trying to take up consideration all those kind of feedback. So that probably the feedback, for example, based on okay, my understanding, okay, that's also my opinion, okay. So the climate model, at least during this time, okay, the climate model, even the even the Greenland, for example, are totally melted. They are not able to simulate the shutdown of the circulation. Maybe because the model is not perfect. Okay, so the community is still trying to understand that. So far, okay, the model didn't pick up those kind of signals. So likely, possibly, okay, I think likely, possible, okay, that's the possible. The community, okay, our community, they were trying to rule out that, but we just not possible. But based our current understanding on the kind of model, okay, so the model is not able to simulate, for the future shutdown.
Has there been any signs of it happening? Have there been anything observed about changes in the circulation?
Yes, they have a lot. They are very concerned about it. They are in the Atlantic. Okay, based on my understanding, they have a lot of observations showing it. Okay, but
the circulation already is.
But so that's the discovery. That's the tiny. Okay, so you see some change, but but that change compared to the shutdown of that. So it's still too. Okay, maybe they have some okay, towards that, but it's for the tipping point, it's still far away to reach the tipping point for shutdown. Okay. Yes.
Is your model changing because of methane released from the Arctic areas?
Those my model. Okay, so the model from IPCC model, they consider that part. Okay.
Well, do they have a low scenario and a high scenario?
Yes, they include that. But today I only talk about the CO2. But they also have the future change of the methane. Okay, so they do include that in the model for future scenario.
Have you researched any of the adaptation strategies for a climate that's drier with more heavy climate rainfall, heavy events, greater events? How does one mitigate?
You mean, that's not my area, okay, my work, okay, so mostly what I do is stay in the office and talk to computers. Okay, that's what I usually do, okay. That's what I do. For that part, it's not something I'm not so familiar with, okay. So in our university, we have some faculty. So they are, for example, they are doing research in this, something like sustainability. So this kind of group of people, they are doing those kind of research. How, for example, what I do, I just tell them the result. They will reinterpret my result. Okay, what does this mean? For example, 2-degree increase of, for example, 2-degree temperature increase, for example, 10% decrease in precipitation. What does it mean for example, for agriculture, for water resources, and for business? Okay, so they will try to re-analyze, okay, reinterpret my result for their purposes. But that's the part I'm not so familiar with.
What department are they in?
So there is some faculty, for example, in a business school, there is one, so I can't remember. I only met him once, okay. So it's last September, I think. Sorry, I can't exactly remember. But I definitely can find her then, okay. So she did a good, okay, on this. And also, we have several students, for example, they are doing something like how to, trying to use, for example, to develop strategy, okay. For example, based on the future change in extreme precipitation, extreme temperature, and also future change in droughts, and based on those scenarios, they are trying to develop adaptation strategies. They are doing that.
Would be Joanna.
The environmental dynamics.
Yeah, Joanna is one. Okay, Joanna is she's doing some research on this one.
It sounds like really that no matter the best scenario or the worst scenario, we're definitely going to be dealing with this in the future and even somewhat in the very near future, as we are right now. And so even if globally we're able to do some things to make changes, especially in the U.S. as far as overall climate change, we're still going to, in our own community, have to deal with some of these results that are already inevitable.
Yes, you're right. For example, based on those, it's now probably no way to stop the change.
Yeah.
So, but we probably need to, for example, but we can slow down the change so that people can, for example, scientists or something, government can develop some technology to adapt it to those changes. For example, this January I went to DC for a conference. It's the national, so something like a national or something like it's more like a national agency. So they're trying to deal with the how to deal with the climate change. So they're not talk about, for example, how to stop the climate change. They are now going to talk about how to adapt it to the climate change. So another thing I want to make it out is just February, I believe, this February, the state of secretary, okay, John Kerry, okay, so they just released, okay, the U.S. just released the first biannual report about the United States Climate Action Plan. So that's the first ever, okay, biannual report, okay, so that's signed by John Kerry, okay. So he's the first, for his first sentence that is clear that climate change is a really big issue, okay, for the economics of the United States. So it seems that the government is already aware of that. Okay, the climate change is a big issue. Of course, you can. Some people don't agree with what causing it. But the climate are changing. Okay, climate changing. Even you don't agree, for example, what causes the change, but the climate change is undeniable.
I have a question. I know that for a while they were saying that we had to keep it below a rise above below 2 degrees above pre-industrial levels, and now it's been lowered because we can't go really above 1.2 degrees, and we're already at 0.8 degrees rise, right?
Yeah. Now, but your IPCC they say that's 4 degrees. Okay.
Right.
And then we can't do based on they say that we can't do more than 4 degrees warmer. Okay. But based on this scenario, definitely more than 4 degrees. So the IPCC says I can't remember what time. Maybe sometime this year they have to report this. Is why, for example, we can't go if we can't afford if the temperature warming for more than 4 degrees. The global.
That's 4 degrees Fahrenheit.
No.
Celsius.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I don't see how we could possibly go that high. I mean, the Arctic is already falling.
Yeah. You know, for example, for those people, on 2011, I have another one article published. Okay, so I was interviewed by BBC. So some people just the people in the Canada, in Alaska, they know what I'm talking about. They're very like American. Okay, some people in the United States, for example, they comment okay, those are false statements or those kind of things. So anyway, these was those people who experience those kind of warming. They know what does it mean. Okay, for this. Okay, but for the that's why it's sometimes difficult to talk about the global warming for the Arkansas or the Southeast because over the last 100 years, so the temperature is just very weakly. Okay, the warming is very weak compared to other regions. But the problem is, okay, even for example, that's for two reasons. Okay, why, for example, in the southeast, the temperature warming is much weaker than the west side. It's because of irrigation. Right? Yeah, because of the irrigation. So, for example, just like this, for example, what you do, for example, if it's very hot outside, okay, in the summertime, if you irrigate your garden, and then you step out to the ground, you feel much cooler, right? You put water there, then you feel much cooler there. So that's about the same mechanism. Because for example, for the for the east, especially for the southeast, because they have a lot of irrigation. They pump the water from the underground or pump the water from the river, and then they put it down to their cotton field, corn field, soybean field. So you have more energy, more solar energy used for evaporation. So you have less energy to warming the air. So that's one reason. So but those people just don't encourage that. Okay. So they just okay because we didn't say any warning. Okay. So why we need to worry about that? That's one thing. Another thing, as I mentioned, okay, even we are okay, okay, but it doesn't mean that okay, we are not affected by the global warming. For example, I just one example about the drought in 2012. Okay, because of the drought, the international food price doubled. Yeah. So yeah. People will ask if you are import, for example, if you import corn or soybean from the US, then you need to pay more on this. For example, I have a friend in China. Okay, he talked to me. Okay, he told me that if he said that he said to me if he knew that okay on 2012 will be U.S. will suffer a severe drought. He will earn a lot of money. He may earn a lot of money. In that case, he may try to buy the soybean in advance. So even the people far away from the U.S., they care about them. They care about the climate in the U.S. But why our people, we don't care about that? So that's my point.
We need some people writing letters to the paper to counteract that bad editorial.
Yes.
I just wanted to make a comment that people were asking about the water that goes up to Greenland. That is actually called the Gulf Stream.
Yes.
And yes, it's the conveyor belt and.
Yeah, that was the word that I could remember. I think that the global conveyor.
Well, it's called a conveyor belt, and they call it a conveyor belt, but it's called the Gulf Stream. That is the name of it. And so you can Google that if you want more information on it. What will happen is that the European areas, northern European areas, will be plunged into coal. And it's already begun to happen if you do some research, because it's not just about the glaciers melting. When the glaciers melt, that's water that's going into the ocean, but it's also water that's fresh water, not saline. And so that salinity plays a role too, because then it doesn't sink as much as it's supposed to, and that causes the whole cycle to slow down as well. They have already begun to experience that kind of
But
stuff.
this tipping point thing that he was talking about, that he said, well, we don't know about, when a tipping point might be.
People have done models.
And I kind of think it's, that's the thing, it's like kind of all over the place.
March 15th.
Yeah, but the thing is that it isn't a thing, it might happen gradually, but according to a lot of the models, once you reach a certain point, it isn't gradual.
Yes, you're right.
It's just like that, and basically that cold fresh water sinking cycle stops.
Yes.
And when it stops, that entire current that is the conveyor for all of the climate just basically quits going. And I don't think anybody knows what would take its place, really.
You're right. That's a key point. Okay, so as I mentioned that. So we are monitor. Not only. Okay, so the scientists are monitor about the Gulf Stream. Okay, the strength of the Gulf Stream, and then the conveyor, right? So they are measuring those. We call thermal highland circulation. Okay, so they are measuring that. So as a example, there's maybe there are some change. But when they will slow down, we don't know. So there is a famous movie called the Day After Tomorrow.
Oh yes.
Yeah. That's about that theory.
Yeah.
So but it should not happen in several days, not. Okay. So the scientists are measuring, definitely measuring those the strength of that circulation. So we call simultaneous circulation. They are measuring that. Okay, they are measuring that. But so until it's reaching the tip point, they will change. But now we didn't say any evidence that's approaching that. Okay, it's still far away to the tipping point. Okay. So here is one. Okay, sorry, it's not so clear. Anyway, so this Greenland. Okay, so. But it's not so clear, especially for the summertime. You can say, okay, this is the light color means there's a weak change. We still see some weak change in this, even by then. Because, for example, here I only show the result for the land. Okay, if we have data for the ocean, we will say that this region, because even all the region have a very strong warming, but this region, the temperature warming is much, much weaker than other regions. Why? That's because of the melting of the Greenland ice. So the model, at least in some way, they are trying to describe the melting, of the Greenland. But at least, example, based on my knowledge, none of the model, simulates a tipping point of change in thermal highland circulation in the coming 100 years. Maybe, for example, in longer years, maybe drop, but I don't know. So for those kind of things, for example, for the tipping point, of for the change in thermal Highland circulation, that's still a research question. So,
I have another question that, what does the 8.5 mean? I saw that with the RCT 8.5,
Yeah,
all those numbers, what does that mean, those numbers?
so 8.5 is something like there. So it's the change in the energy. It's 8.5 watts per square meter.
8.5 watts per square meter.
Yeah. So based on, for example, based on the change in land use, population, project change in land use, project population growth, and also project, for example, greenhouse gas. So they say that based on that, okay, so by the end of the century, so the energy will be about 8.5 watts per square meter than the modern time.
Okay.
So 4.5 is about 4.5 watts per meter.
That's what it is now.
Yeah, that's what the definition was. If my memory are correct, okay.
Okay.
So I read this a long time ago. Okay, so that paper was probably 2011. So I read that 3 years ago. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, are there any more questions?
I just wanted to say happy birthday to Maya.
Wow.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, I also want to say thank you because I'm very happy. This is the place I can talk about.
You are welcome here.
So,
Call me anytime.
anyway, so that's why at the beginning I only try to hide and behind. Okay. Okay.
We meet the first Sunday
Okay.
of every month.
Okay.
And we usually meet at the library, but we meet
Okay.
here today because the library, during the summer it gets a little more difficult. But next week, we are meeting here again, the same place as right, because we missed 3 climate change book forums because of snow, and we're trying to make them up. And so next week, it's going to be the big book, Energy, Overdevelopment, and the Delusion of Endless Growth, and that's Lolly and Alana Harrison and myself are going to present that. And then next month, Phil Zimmerman is going to be leading the discussion on the fungus planet the next first Sunday, and that will be in the library, probably in the Walker Room again.
And the first Sunday is the only Sunday that there's a drumming group in the other room.
So we can hang around here for a little bit.
We have a steering committee meeting.
Oh, we do have.
And we also
Here
have,
today,
we also have.
which is open to anyone that wants to come to it.
Oh, yeah, next year.
I did my part, you did your part, okay. Well, the rest of you, aside from the two who need to, need to come today.